What you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do.
Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-40.
What you gonna do, what you gonna do when they come for you?
Here we go.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy.
I'm freaking muted. All right, let's try this again. Yes, no matter how long you do YouTube, eventually you will wind up doing that thing where, where you're muted or you kick yourself out of your own stream. So hopefully I don't do that as well tonight. So again, welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and this is the Welcome to Florida show, the show where we have fun laughing at me like tonight, laughing, cringing, feeling good about our life choices, and also learning a little bit of history about the second craziest state in the Union, a state that my family has had a presence in since 1565, also known as the backwater of the Spanish Empire for quite some time. We've been under 4 different flags. Let's say Spain, Britain, Spain again, and then the United States. So we didn't come to America. America came to us. And I love sharing this interesting history about this crazy, crazy place. This place that the only people I don't think this place seems crazy to besides Floridians or Australians. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all in Queensland, to be specific. So let's see. Let's bring in my panel for tonight. I've got Tom F., of course, and I've got Dan Van Walking, 2 of my fellow Floridians. How you doing?
Doing good. By the way, I'll take responsibility for the delays tonight. It was not your fault. I did something distracting the background. We had the hashtag blame Dadman a long time ago, so I'll take the heat for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. Florida Cat. He's Professor X. He's
Does he chase the Christmas lights too?
No, he just kind of sits under the Christmas lights. He doesn't really chase those. The only lights he saw were interesting were as soon as this got installed. Then he was like fascinated with the lights. But besides the lights, he likes to do things that Florida cats like to do: harass squirrels, catch lizards, and snap their arms off and then leave it where I can see it. Or if a palmetto bug happens to set foot in the house, that's too darn bad.
Oh my God.
I said, don't make me spray you. Oh, we're not gonna do that tonight. But anyway, first want to kick things off. Scott Westbrook, thank you so very much for those 10 gifted Reina Creole memberships. Here you go.
Catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding.
Yes, that is an egret. They don't care who you are. They will land on your car. They will dive bomb in front of you at a stoplight. They really just don't care. But yes, they will use your car as an Uber. So thank you, Scott Westbrook, for gifting those 10 Reina Creole memberships. I sure do appreciate it, folks. Make sure you say thank you to Scott. He supports so many of our channels. That is good for 30 days. Stop. It's good for 30 days. And all sorts of stuff going on for channel members. So thank you so very, very much for that, Scott. I appreciate the support. Yeah, we're gonna learn tonight. We're gonna learn tonight. All right, let's see who we have got here in the chat before we get rolling. Packed show tonight. Of course, we've got our Florida funnies. We've got, of course, stories. One story that if I don't talk about it tonight, I'm not going to hear about it. I won't hear the end of it. And of course, we are going to be kicking off our series about the Gilded Age in Florida. I know I'm a fan of the Gilded Age show on HBO, but there is actually a Gilded Age in the state of Florida. So we're going to talk about that tonight, kick it off tonight. So good to see you, Kimberly Ann Hart. Good to see you, Snorta Poopus, as well. Good seeing you. We've got Linda F here who says hello, everyone. Well, good seeing you too, my dear. We have got, of course, Tom who's on the panel as well. Good seeing you. And of course, Scott Westbrook gifting those memberships. And Mary White, just thanks for the membership, Scott Westbrook. Thank you. And let's see. We have got Mark Daly. He says, greetings from the capital of Florida, a.k.a. South Georgia. Good seeing you, my dear.
Love that greeting. He always does.
South Georgia. Yeah. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Good evening. And glad seeing you here. And Scott says, hey, neighbor. And let's see. There's more gifted memberships?
Yeah, Mikey just dropped it.
Wow. Oh, Mike. Wow. Thank you so much, Mike. Mexican Iron Man. So good to see you there, my dear. Let me hit you up with this. I know you're like this.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like,
Well, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. I love super chats, but I tell you, gifted memberships really make me smile too. So thank you, and make sure that you tell Mexican Iron Man, aka Mikey, thanks for the memberships. I owe you some flour tortillas, my dear. I love it. I love you guys support my channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. Let's see who else we got in here. Let's see. I see Dylan here as well. Good to see you. And let's see who else we got. We have got CJ. The Spaniards always give it twice. You know what? More I research my family's history, just dang. Spanish had a very unique but not so unique way of basically conquering everything and everybody. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much what they did. Especially when I find other DNA relatives and they're just like, you do not have a Latino last name. I said, no, I do not. You got anglicized. They're like, yeah, because we just couldn't figure out what it was. So, well, the sun never set on the Spanish Empire in one way or another. CJ says he invented that hashtag. And
Yes,
Nita, how you doing? Says Heidi. How are? Well, hello to you, my dear. I did get your message. I got your message while I was in the makeup chair. So thank you so very much for it, my dear. I sure do appreciate it. And appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. We have got Strings and Pucks. Says, hey guys, thanks for the heads up to Tom.
My sister's hanging in the chat too. She's calling me by my actual TJ name.
Oh, okay.
Miss Gina Bell.
Bell, okay. My cat left a tailless lizard in my sneaker. I know, right? I'm like, there's parts missing off the lizard. Not that I'm surprised, because sometimes Professor X would catch mice, and let's just say the mice was missing some parts too. He's savage. It's like he knew you were talking about. He knows. He knows. He knows. So I left the door open, the screened-in port, so he could go out and probably drag a killer lizard and bring it out. Let's see. What else we got? We got. I think, hey, there's Gina Bell. Hello. Good seeing ya. And I love all of this green. It's amazing. Yeah, if you've been here, you know. Drop this tail trying to fake my cat. The lizards Professor X catches, they didn't drop their tails. He just, yeah, murder present. Gotta love it.
They're presents. They're leaving you presents.
They're leaving me presents, and where I can step on it.
They're like, hey, I killed this for you. I did my job. Now feed me.
More.
I would tell you one thing. I would rather have him leave a lizard dead where I can step on rather than a dead palmetto bug.
Good point.
Oh, Native Hawaiian is here. Hello. It says aloha. Good evening, all. Good to see you. And let me see. Or I should say TJ, but Tom F for TJ to me. I got you. Yeah, Mark.
Gina.
The British actually took that, but it was also known for the Spanish Empire too. Before the British took over, and the British were gangster with the way they were taking over for the Spanish Empire. It was something else. And yep, the Spanish Empire got around. Yep, they sure did. Let's see. You got to be strong to be a cat parent. You got that right.
Yeah, people forget about how expansive the Spaniards were. I mean, all they think is Central America, Mexico, and all, but they were heavily involved for a long time in Florida, the Philippines, all around the world, all kinds of different places.
They conquered everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere. That's the reason why Filipino ancestry. We were like, where the heck did this come from? Yeah. The Filipinos, and then for them Chinese,
Moors.
like them too, Moors too, Ottoman Empire, Aztecs. Lord, that's an interesting story.
Mexican Iron Man. Oh, wait, sorry.
Hey, Figgy Plays. Hello, panelists in chat. Professor X knows to not confine me in the morning. He knows to go find Camera Girl because the door to my bedroom is closed and I'm not freaking opening it. He knows that. Let's see. Don't play with your
nice, CJ.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, we have got 83 of you folks in here between YouTube and X. Please do heart the stream over on X and share. Please do thumbs up this over on YouTube. We sure do appreciate it. And please do, hit the thumbs up. That's your price of admission. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps the channel out like crazy. So to get you in the Florida state of mind, we have got to do the memes, which come from the Florida Memes group over on Facebook. If you ever want crazy laugh, find out just truly how crazy Floridians are, especially when some clueless Northerners get in there and try to act like they know everything when they don't. Check out this group. So yes,
I used to be one of those.
Yeah, and then some folks, they
20 years ago.
settle down. They know there's that that period where you have to kind of get used to living down here in the South and everything.
I've lived here all my life, and I swear, as I get older, it's getting worse. I mean, I was out mowing today. It just not good. Not good.
It's
called getting old, brother.
I know. Well, just walking outside, it felt like the air was so heavy, even at 9 o'clock this morning. But yeah.
Oh, it was. There's a reason why construction crews usually they're out at 3 a.m,
right?
Because it's so hot. They want to get done, so they go do it early in the morning. It is. You go outside and it's like wrap a hot towel around your face and stick your head in a warm oven. That's pretty much what it's like going outside.
It can be hard to breathe. Like today, it was like very heavy. The humidity was so heavy. It was like really, it was really affecting. And those construction workers, especially when they're working on asphalt, concrete, all that stuff. I mean, you can jack the temperature up even more on them.
Yep. I agree with you, Mark Daly. I would rather have the heat index than the wind chill. No. Yep. I can't deal with that. That was minus 30. I think the last winter that I spent in Pennsylvania was the worst one we'd ever had. I didn't know what a polar freaking vortex was until that happened. I'm like, bye. I'm getting out of here. Live with that. But yeah, this is the heat index. This is why you need to drink lots of water while you're down here. This time of year. This is like Satan's oven. It's going to be like this until what?
Like that man just ate a bunch of Taco Bell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cheesy Gordita flame flower.
No.
That's like when Gordon Ramsay, when he was on the hot ones. Ooh, that was pretty much his thought in a nutshell. From all the, hot sauce. Yeah.
It just seems like, the last few weeks, it's not been a bad summer until the last few days. And it's like 100 here tomorrow. So,
minus 14. Yuck.
Oh, that's shorts weather, Fallout Dave. Come on. That's shorts weather.
That was so funny. When it's so cold. When it's so cold, you can taste it, and just, your face feels like it's on fire. I don't ever want to be in that kind of weather ever freaking again. Yes, welcome to Florida. Oh yeah, I guess
best thing in Florida ever invented: cooled seats.
Yes. Thank you, Lincoln Motor Company, for not only making heated seats while I was living in Pennsylvania, but cooled seats at the same time. I can't tell you how many times I jump off the tram to the parking lot from the Magic Kingdom, and before I get to my car, remote started, and the seats are nice and frosty by the time I sit in.
Oh yeah, doing that with the car we got now. Oh yeah.
Woo! Oh my gosh. That is one of the best things ever invented.
Oh man, I'm just old school. So all right.
Yeah, Dad Man uses ice cubes and Ziploc bags.
Exactly. And we enjoyed it, my day.
But yes, welcome to Florida. You're gonna sweat in places you didn't even realize had sweat glands. That
was today. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You need let's see, what is it? You're gonna need a lot of baby powder. You're gonna need that.
Monkey nut powder. Monkey butt powder, they call it.
Monkey butt powder. Powder. 2 showers a day.
No matter what you do, every part of your body sweats. Literally every single part of your body. Everything gets saturated. I came in, everything. I had to change clothes and shower, because of the mowing the yard. But it's like,
did you blow your shower budget again, Dad Man?
All the time. But just don't. Mrs. is gone, so don't rat me out.
Sorry, dude, but Bob Iger called and he said you took more than 2 showers and he's feeling it because now he can't take his.
Oh, well, he's had enough showers.
But one of the best things I can tell you is native all over body deodorant spray. Bring a can with that to the parks, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you could spray it on other
Some of
people
these
too,
people
possibly.
in the park, that spray doesn't stand a chance.
It does. I'm so not kidding. Dude, I sprayed that stuff on when I was about to leave, and I'm like, this is really nice and cool. And it smells really good. And yes, there were stinky people all around me. It was like a barrier. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not sweating, and this stuff is great. I'm telling you, it's the
That's
best.
when you bring
freaking
fart
thing.
spray, Lorena,
Oh, gosh.
Fart spray.
or skunk oil.
Oh, yes. That'd be fun. That'd clear out the ride line for you.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Native is awesome and powdered. Yeah, native. Actually, the dollar store makes a knockoff of native body deodorant spray. Yeah, $3.
Wow.
Eucalyptus. You want it. Dude, I don't want to think about it.
I try not to. I remember those days. We had window units if we were lucky.
If you've ever been to, is it the Spanish Military Museum in St. Augustine? Not only just St. Augustine Visitor Center. Go there, right? And you see the wool military outfits, military uniforms the Spanish military was wearing. I don't want to know.
Those poor bastards had no idea what they were in for.
None whatsoever. And
They're
the
coming
British
over.
were just as
Oh, we'll
bad.
be nice and cool in this. Wrong.
Wrong. Wool. You got you kidding me?
Hey, but it's about how you look. That's what's important. Is how you look, not how you feel.
Yeah.
Well, what's our excuse, Dad? Man, we're screwed.
Yeah, I gave up on that a long time ago.
It's just pretty much what it's like.
I just wear shorts 365 days a year, no matter the weather.
I could recognize this photo.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Yeah, we're done. Put a fork in us. Ain't no kind of ass like swamp ass, dude.
My sister will be coming down visiting, and we're going to go hit some parks.
Cool.
She's going to feel it in the end of August. Sorry, Gina. Bring deodorant. Lots of it.
There is no worse smell, where there probably is, but then getting in a packed monorail to the parking lot, which is why I take the resort monorail, because all of those people slammed in there together at the end of the night. Whew, I can't.
See,
Is it worse than a Brooklyn subway at the end of August after, people leaving a concert? Remember how that bad was? That was pretty bad. I've always wondered that. I've been trying to figure that out. Because that's nasty.
That's a good question. That is worse. However, when the monorail smells like that all the time.
Oh, I remember a couple years ago when we went, the monorails all had that funk in all of them all the time. I could not get rid of it. And we were like you. We jumped on the resort monorail. I'm surprised they didn't check resort IDs, but it's a great way to skip the line,
Yeah, and get away from a whole lot of people. It's like,
Absolutely.
you only have like 2 extra stops. You stop at the Contemporary, and then you stop at the Transportation and Ticket Center. I can't. Then, then you get to walk into one of those monorail cars where somebody's been smoking weed before they got in there.
Can you highlight my sister's comment, please?
What do you say? I have stinky teeth coming. Yeah.
My nephew.
Oh yeah. You're gonna need those.
Oh yeah. Good luck in August. Yes.
You're gonna need that. But yeah, you got to shower and use deodorant, and the native stuff is just like the extra security. you know, that's sort of a that.
Gina, if we let them smell that bad, people will stay away from us.
Until you get tired of it yourself.
Yeah.
On the other side of the park.
Remember to stay hydrated out there. Forget frying an egg on the sidewalk. It's not Florida hot until your kayak melts in the sun.
I seen this today. I was dying.
It is. It's hard to. I mean, I don't have to explain this to the Australians. You guys know how like hot.
It's either that.
Or
went to the nude beach and play a Linda and seen some things it shouldn't have.
Yeah. See, we're not sure what happened. Mrs. actually had a window blowout on our car the other day.
Told you that was heat related. It sounds like.
That's what we're wondering about. Was heat? Is when the back windows and of course the place is back ordered on that, so she's got to come home. But they secured the window. But that's how. I mean, hot it is. You laugh about that, but it's like it'll blow out windows and all kinds of stuff now.
I had that happen in reverse. When it's really cold and my window just shattered.
You can do it either way.
Yeah.
You get the temperature difference, AC running or heat running, and that window doesn't, and it just tempers, and the tempered glass just shatters.
Yeah.
No.
That's
why I was telling you, Dad, man, I tint my windows.
Yeah.
I don't do it just for the darkness. I do it to stop that happening.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
I love this one.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's why one snack I will not get in a theme park is ice cream in the summer. Because for what we pay, I want to enjoy it. It melts so fast that, I want to enjoy my ice cream.
Mr. Softy melted. You know what I'm talking about, Lorena.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And man, if you've been to the parks,
yep,
and you get one of those overpriced Mickey bars, and it's hot. I swear they must use dry ice in whatever it is that they put the ice cream in at Disney World. But once you get that thing out, you have approximately 2 minutes to start eating it because it will just the Florida heat. Just everywhere. So, yep,
milkshakes.
Ice cream soup.
That's all I'm saying. Milkshakes, iced coffee. The heck with regular soft serve.
Oh, iced coffee. Oh, but I get mad when my Dole Whip starts melting.
Ooh, you had to say that. You had to say Dole Whip.
It makes me sad. And then you get brain freeze from trying to eat that. Yeah, that's the thing that happens. Yes, the a great thing about Florida heat is that you can guarantee that no one is waiting in your backseat to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
They do not. Have you ever, I'll never forget this. My grandparents had, my granddad, he had this Cadillac. Okay. And I'm like, why do you have towels on the seats?
Yeah.
And then one day I sat on a part of the seat that did not have a towel, and I found out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to give yourself a seat tattoo.
Well, steering wheels also. You know, a lot of times people cover the steering wheels just to try to help, because nothing like worse than grabbing that hot steering wheel.
Hey, Dad man, again, ceramic, clear, tinted windows, heat rejection.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Backseat murder dies from.
Nice snort.
That is true. That steering wheel is messed up. I gotta say, again, thank you to the Lincoln Motor Company. Of course, Ford owns them, but like my front windshield, it has like, I don't know, something with the tint that it's got around it. Yeah, so it's got that tint, and then my back windows are like actually dark tinted. So while it's hot when I get in the car, it's not smoking hot like some of them are. So yeah, backseat. Today's weather forecast brought to you by Flamin' Hot Everything. It's gonna be so darn hot. I've had so many heat advisories pop up today.
Same. My Alexa was yelling at me.
Mm-hmm. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So yes, Floridians, we are not outside between 12 and 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many tourists I've seen at the parks, usually visiting from Europe. It's not pretty. It's sunburn. We do not come out between between 12 and 5. As a matter of fact, my touring plans, whenever I would come to the parks in the summer, it was 12 o'clock. We're either leaving to go back to the hotel or we're eating lunch there and leaving and going back to the hotel. And we're not coming back till like 7 o'clock. No, that's a darn death wish. It's a death wish. It's like, if you're going to do it, you need to know. You need to know.
Yeah, there's a reason why we stay in. Yeah. Exactly.
The Burmobile is usually under a carport.
Snort. It's also full of fish. It would smell like hell in the summer.
Yeah. Oh.
Who needs a cool, sweet key lime treat? I need to make this.
They have those down in cocoa.
Is that like a dipped in a chocolate shell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
They have the chocolate dipped key limes in cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, we're going tomorrow.
Is that the key lime company or
no? There's a little couple little shops right on the that main street. Remember where I told you about where they have all the candy shops and stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go for one of those.
I can so make this. It's you get the key lime pie, all that made, set, and everything. Have it cut, stick a popsicle stick in one end, dip it in chocolate, put it right in the freezer.
Yeah,
good to.
I don't want to.
Good to go.
Use the effort to make it. I want it made for me.
I have to make them. True story. I can't make one. I have to make two. Put one in the freezer because as soon as I make one, it all disappears. I remember my sister and her family when they came to visit for Christmas. I made 2 key lime pies. They were gone in 2 days.
Not bad.
Totally gone. Yeah, I love key lime pie. I was trying to check for some of my folks in the UK if you get key lime juice. I didn't see it at Tesco. Do not use Persian limes to make key lime pie. That's not gonna work.
I'll have Linda text you what she's been finding for the key lime juice. Where?
Okay, because I use what is it? Whichever one is on sale. There's one that's like a native Florida one where it's got the pulp and the juice. Yeah. Everyone in the Keys wanted to see the cup as a dolphin. Yeah. Stanley Cup ain't leaving Florida. Okay.
I still can't get used to that.
It's gonna stay here for the longest time. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Let me go back here a little bit. If you shop at Aldi, if it's still there, they have key lime pie cheesecake bites. If they're in the refrigerated section, grab it. Just saying. Grab those. Yep. Stanley Cup ain't leaving at all. Florida's crazy. They're like, oh, but your players are Canadian. We're like, yes, we know that. They're not leaving.
Well, I don't know. I kind of look at this as they're taunting the Miami Dolphin fans for not winning a championship, and because they're torturing the Dolphin with the trophy.
Oh, so. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Hi, Miami Dolphins. This is what a champion looks like.
They haven't won in a long time.
No,
Long time. I don't think. Yeah.
All my friends who are Dolphin fans, I call them the fish feeders.
what was it? The one undefeated season back in the 70s. So.
Hockey in Florida, the only ices is the drinks. Yeah, they will build you a gorgeous facility. Play ice hockey. Yeah, that's just crazy. As hot as it is down here, the Stanley Cup, it's been bouncing between the Florida Panthers and Tampa. It's like the cup's not leaving. At all. It's gonna stay here. It's gonna stay here.
And that pisses off a lot of Canadians.
It sure does.
Yep.
They were pissed off. Like, too bad. We're not going. Let's see. I remember the first time the Panthers won the cup. All 5 Florida fans were sad.
And if Native's still in the chat, pisses off people in Texas too.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
He is a Texas. He is a Texas team.
Oh, okay.
Well, before we move on from picking on Miami, their baseball team, they moved from Joe Robbie or on the Miami-Dade Broward border to downtown Miami. They built a new stadium on the site of the old Orange Bowl. This year on a Monday night, hosting the Colorado Rockies, they had an announced crowd of 5,844 fans.
Wow.
When you looked at it, some people think maybe 200.
Wow.
Yes. So CJ's right about all 5 hockey fans.
That's true. That's how it started. And now it's just like, oh, we won the Stanley Cup again? Well, let's investigate this hockey thing. What do we got to do to get you to stay here? It is literally now it's like it's instead of like this novelty thing that hockey was, now it's just, we're all aware of it down here for the most part. Canadian teams are blaming a better tax rate for Florida's success. It's hilarious. They are living. Well, yeah. No income tax. No income tax in the state of Florida. So, yeah. Well, yeah, better tax rate and better negotiators for contracts as well. It's like, do you want to live
and better weather
better weather where we build you this state-of-the-art facility and it's warm all year round and you only have to get cold to play hockey? What's that? All right. And they party like true Florida men too. So
Yep.
And pretty soon no property tax for many people in Florida. Yeah. It's true. LOL, Florida's getting a lot more cups than Canada, the free state of Florida. Yeah, the governor was just like, maybe you need to rename it the Florida Cup because it's been here for the past 5 years.
First we renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of now we're going to rename the Stanley Cup trophy. Yeah,
DeSantis was trolling so many darn people when that happened. Which is like, yeah, we keep winning. The Lightning owners pissed at the Panthers. Yeah, because that's the rivalry. That's the in-state rivalry now. Besides, Florida versus Florida State, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Panthers, which means the fights are amazing. When those, just saying. It's kind of like when I would watch hockey in Philadelphia, and they would have fights, but the best fights were when they were fighting a Canadian team or playing a Canadian team. Then that's when you had like really, really good fights that were going up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, we have 140 of you folks here in the chat, which I'm sorry, I forgot to show y'all this one. Has anyone seen on social media lately what this cartoon refers to?
Chuck E. Cheese got busted.
Yes, he did. Right in front of the kids and all.
It would have
Forget
been
the
better
kids.
if Mickey Mouse got busted with him. I would have died.
Yeah, both rats, get busted. Yes, they didn't care about the kids. The kids sitting there watching them hauling out Chuck E. Cheese out cuff. Just, man, traumatic for children.
Chuck E. Cheese handcuffed and arrested in Florida on charges of using a stolen credit card. Customers watched in disbelief as Jermel Jones, while in costume as the pizza hawking rodent, was taken into custody in Tallahassee. So Chuck E. Cheese got a rap sheet.
In the state capitol, too.
Let's see. Did I share
think-
my? You know what? I
Well,
didn't share my.
That man, a lot of
share
crap
my
goes
audio.
on in Tallahassee.
Oh, but still, they always pick on all the rest of the state. So let's send them some love. Now it's not Pinellas County.
Tallahassee. Tallahassee, something else.
There's music to it. Imagine all the kids seeing the hat off now. Oh no.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, and kids walking right by. Kids going to the restaurant. Looks like walking right by. Check Cheese in handcuffs.
That is like watching
And they're
Ronald
like-
McDonald get busted for cocaine possession or something.
They couldn't go in there and go, hey, listen, come in the back with us.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's like, man, you guys, y'all could have done it a little more on the lowdown, but
I don't know. I guess they. Well, let's read and see exactly how they handled this. Sorry, Snorty Tallahassee for the win. We rarely get a Tallahassee story. I don't know why, but Fire Street Rodimus Prime. The funny thing is, I know where that is exactly, and have been in that shopping center several times. Well, let's see how this bust went down. All right, let's see. Customers watched in disbelief as Florida police arrested a Chuck E. Cheese employee in costume portraying the pizza hawking rodent and accused him of using a stolen credit cards, officials said Thursday. Okay, I have to do the quote like cops. All suspects are considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So this is an accusation of using a stolen credit card. We don't know if it's true or
You
not.
do that really well.
I do.
Yeah.
That's because I've watched Cops since I was in high school.
cops told us everything. Yeah.
Because back in the day when I thought
Very
I wanted to be
monotonous.
a homicide detective, yeah, you have to say it in that dead. So
That's why she has in her theme music. That's why you
Yes.
have in his theme music.
yes, the Bad Boys theme,
Yeah.
Inner Circle. I don't know how much money they made in royalties off of that, but dang it. Best sample ever. So let's see. Jermel Jones, 41, was working Wednesday night when Tallahassee police confronted him at the Chuck E. Cheese on Sharer Road, according to law enforcement records. I grabbed his right arm while giving the verbal instruction, Chuck E., come with me, Chuck E. Tallahassee police officer Jared Cruz wrote in the report. So he really called him Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah, we can't get the name wrong in front of the kids. Yeah, but we can haul him out in handcuffs, take his head off in the street. Yeah.
Excuse
Oh
me,
my
kids.
God.
Nothing to see here. Chuck E. Cheese has been doing some bad stuff.
It's like, yo, the Popo here released.
No, I'm sorry, but it's like I know he's charged with crimes, but I mean it's like it's non-violent. Like do it a little more discretionary. Just take him out of the back or hide him. I don't know. I always have bad Like with this, it's like, think of the children. I mean, at least move the children to the other side of the restaurant or something. But they got them kids walking right in the restaurant, right by Chucky out there with his hands behind his back.
No, they're doing it to keep the kids straight.
Yeah.
Yo, since Chucky was trying to influence you, you don't want to do this. This will happen.
Yeah.
So he says, I grabbed his right arm while giving the verbal instruction. Chucky, come with me, Chucky. Jones immediately started tensing up by locking both of his arms forward in front of his chest and attempted to pull away from my grip on his right arm. I gave the verbal commands. Stop resisting. You are beat.
He got the ears through the door.
Was had in tally. Is that? Oh my gosh, that sounds like Only in Dade. What has in tally? That is too. Oh my gosh, that is too darn funny. That is so that. Chuck E. Cheese. Cruz told the mascot not to make a scene before the officer and his partner exerted minor physical effort to handcuff him, police said. Victim Michelle Allen told police she'd been to her child's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese on June 28th and soon spotted fraudulent charges at stores she doesn't frequent. So she went to one of those stores, got security footage matching the time her card was wrongly used. Police said she recognized a Chuck E. Cheese employee making a purchase at the store at the same time as one of those fraudulent swipes. Well, if he had a mask on, how would you know who it was?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm still stuck with the police telling him not to make a scene. Like, you handcuff a rat, walking him out in front of everybody. How the rat's making a scene? Oh, but yeah, that's a good point. How does she know what the guy looked like though from a videotape?
Or
probably because
go ahead.
They might rotate who plays Chuck E. Cheese.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And they probably walked in and said, "Hey, who's playing him tonight?
Yeah.
Where's this guy? Oh, he's in the mouse house tonight."
It's like he's in the costume today. But yeah, officer talked with Jones. He was very nervous. Cruz left the restaurant to confer with Allen, another police officer. And let's see. When the officers went inside, Jones was gone, but a Chuck E. Cheese mascot was now in the restaurant, according to police. Cruz asked another employee if she knew where Jones went and whether the person in the mouse outfit was in fact him. She shook her head up and down, indicating yes. Officers read the mouse's Miranda warnings before he insisted he never stole anyone's credit, police said. I don't got no card on me. I don't use anybody's cards but my own, Jones said, according to the police report. Arrest report, officers found the victim's Visa card in Jones' left pocket and a receipt from a smoke shop where one of the fraudulent purchases was made, police said.
As Fallout Dave says, "You dirty rat."
Wow.
So, yeah, booked on suspicion of larceny, possession of another person's ID without consent, fraudulent use of credit card 2 more times. They don't know if he's been assigned a criminal defense attorney. Something tells me he's going to have a public defender. He got bailed out of Leon County Jail on Thursday after posting a $6,500 bond, which means paid $650, I'm guessing. And a publicly listed mobile number associated with Jones was not accepting any incoming calls on Friday. So we are aware of an incident involving a part-time employee arrested at our Tallahassee location on Wednesday, a Chuck E. Cheese spokesperson said in a statement on Friday. We have taken the appropriate action concerning the subject employee. So I'm guessing dude got fired. And
or he got promoted.
Oh,
Head rat in charge.
That's true. That's true.
You never know. Iger might want him.
Nice, buddy. Nice, buddy. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up that they did that arrest in front of the kids, but
Yeah.
you had to get him. Had to get
The
him.
guy could have behaved and not have resisted, and they probably would have took him back and said, "Let's take off the outfit." They probably were like, "Listen," and he didn't want to play that game. So
Yeah. It's still just like classic Florida with this story. That's why when I saw it the other day to send it to you, I was like, yeah. Although I was surprised it was Tallahassee, though.
they
It
would
really
do
was.
this in New Jersey in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could pretty much happen anywhere.
Yeah.
But the fact that it happened in Florida, yeah, remember we have the sunshine laws. So without context, they go ahead and release it. That's kind of pretty much what they do. Well, let's see. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to save that story for next time. Because we're not going to get to that one tonight. All right, folks. So we're going to head on over to the Gilded Age. And before we do, I want to thank the Major for that $10 super chat. Thank you so much, my dear. Here you go.
Shake your thing, baby. Shake your thing, baby. Shake your thing, baby. Pump that thing, baby. Pump.
We're talking about Two Live Crew not too long ago on the show.
Yeah, last week. Hey, Lorena, before you move on to the story, Buddy Hepburn's got a great line right there.
Oh, hang on. What we got? What we got?
Huh.
They need a beard or whisper. Tell me you get a big break.
That would be friggin' awesome.
Imagine Snortopoopas could be that, you know? He could be
Snort,
that.
we
bear
got a
from South
cameo
Florida.
for you.
I've got to check the memes on that one, I swear. Oh. The Major, thank you for that $10 super chat, my dear. Says James 1 of Trinidad. He married one of Flagler's daughters. Oh, okay. Okay. All that stuff that you find out. Very, very cool. Thanks for that information. And that dovetails right into Henry Flagler, the railroad visionary who changed the keys forever. So for folks who do not know, there's this thing called the Golden Age, the rise of like industrialism, railroads, factory production just exploded. And so much what we call new money came into existence. And Henry Flagler is, I would say, there's so much stuff that's named for him. At one time, I almost went to Flagler College, which is a really expensive school, but it's right literally on the beach. It's freaking gorgeous. Henry Flagler is also one of the reasons why St. Augustine is so built up the way that it is now. If you go to St. Augustine, it looks, how would I say that? It does. It looks like something from the set of the Gilded Age. All of just the architecture, the buildings, how things are laid out, how things are preserved, the way the city of St. Augustine looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fascinating place to go and visit and just see how beautiful it is. I would say one of the things that is the most transformative or indicator of Henry Flagler and how much money he has, I talk about the St. Augustine Cathedral, because that's the, I probably should have had this up. There's one of the things that I noticed about the St. Augustine Cathedral when I first visited it, because that's where literally a lot of my ancestors got married. I'm trying to find the darn pictures. St. Augustine Cathedral. Okay, here we go. So, with the St. Augustine Cathedral, notice anything strange about this cathedral? I'll point it out. One of the things that stood out to me when I first visited the cathedral was that you have the Spanish mission style facade next to this very modern looking church tower.
No.
And I'm like, this does not make sense, because if you go inside the church, because you go in kind of toward the back, they give tours and everything. You go inside the main section of the church with the pews, which is the first portion, which is this part that you can see right here. This is all done in Spanish mission style. There are two wings, one wing on either side here to the front. Those are way, way, way more modern. And it's just like, how the heck how did this happen? So I'd asked one of the church workers, why is it there's two distinct portions of architecture? And she said, basically, Henry Flagler did not want to have to keep taking out his pocket watch to see what time it was. So he had this tower built, had improvements done to the cathedral, so that, yes, there is this bell that tolls 15 minutes of the hour, half of the hour, quarter till the next hour. That's why it looks the way that it does. And Henry Flagler is credited with all of this development, making St. Augustine literally a playground for rich Northeasterners to come down to Florida and spend their money. And who would know the most about money when it comes to Henry Flagler, who also did some work with Standard Oil. So let's go. Okay. There's another one I wanted to bring up. I wanted to take a look at, but here we go. So this is from the Leitner Museum. This is a older picture of St. Augustine. So this is like circa 1890. You can still see the hotel, which is haunted from what I hear. But this is what it was all built up and looked like. Stop it.
Professor X.
Don't make me spray you.
That
Don't make me
square
do it.
square looks the same today, pretty much,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, New American Riviera, Henry Flagler and the Making of Modern Florida. The man who saw wilderness out of it and created an empire, who saw a desert and out of it made a garden. This is Henry and Flagler, empire builder from the 1880s until the stop.
He's active tonight.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
From the 1880s to the second decade of the 20th century, Henry Flagler dedicated himself to the development of Florida's East Coast. Born in 1830 in Hopewell, New York, Flagler worked in the grain and salt production businesses before becoming a founding partner in Standard Oil. Alongside John D. Rockefeller, Flagler led the company to remarkable success. Something that I'll point out about salt production. My third great-grandfather, Captain Truman Doane, he made a crap ton of money with salt preservation of, what is that, like herring and all that in Cape Cod, in Orleans, Massachusetts. So that was like one of his revenue streams in addition to shipbuilding. But he made a crap ton of money out of his salt business that he had going on. So part of that revenue stream he bought when he brought with him when he came down to Florida in 1866, actually. Yes, the year after the Civil War, because he and a bunch of other people from Massachusetts brought their money and was buying land from, destitute Confederate officers. Only thing they had was their land. And some of them just wanted to sell their land and move to Brazil where they still had slavery. So that's true. Yep. That is a true story. One of the Confederate officers that my third great grandfather bought land from specifically did it because he wanted to move to Brazil. A lot of Confederates moved to Brazil because of that. But before he could go, apparently he fell off his horse and snapped his neck, so he did not get to go. Just interesting little tidbit there. Yet Mark Daly, carpetbagger. That's exactly what he was. Although I will say, unlike a lot of other Northerners, my third great grandfather, Truman Doane, so many people owed him money in Waldo, Florida, that he stayed. He did not go back to Massachusetts. Well, he did eventually, because my second great grandfather had him dug up. His remains, his mother's remains, and his brother's remains had him dug up and interred back in Massachusetts, literally. And there's a story. Put all the remains on the train, went back to Massachusetts, buried them up there, came back to Florida, and never returned. I don't know about all. I know some of the drama, but I'm still researching the rest of it. But yeah, Flagler first visited Florida in 1878 with his wife Mary Harkness Flagler. Suffering from long-standing health issues, Mary Flagler's physician recommended she spends time away from the cold northern climate by visiting Jacksonville, Florida. Now, I know Dadman can give some context to this. Jacksonville, Florida, there was like a railroad hub there.
Yeah, it runs through the Florida East Coast Railway, north-south. Of course, in Jacksonville, it goes east-west also. Fernandina is where I think where he really did a lot of his work, running it from Fernandina through Georgia down south to the East Coast. So Jacksonville's a very big port city. Also, the railroads would be important along with the ports, for shipping for industry in that part. You also had passenger railways. I mean, the lines that they created were used for passenger rail for a long time too. So, it really developed the world, the transportation, moving goods around in Florida. Like we talked about how Florida was one of the least damaged states from the Civil War. Well, Florida, still had the railroad tracks. They had the cattle. They had, ship goods to market, and rail was the best way to do it from state to state.
Absolutely. And there were actually ads that were put in newspapers in New England about the viability of the rail still in Jacksonville. They're just like, the rest of the South's kind of effed up, but you invest in the railways that are going on in Florida, and guess what? You're going to turn quite the profit. So so I've seen some of those ads, and they're like, okay, we can invest money down there and do that. But
it was undeveloped at the time. I mean, this really there may have been some railroads, but until after the Civil War, till about the early 20th century is when Florida started exploding and really started developing. Because what he did, I know there's a plaque up in Fernandina Beach up by the port that talked about what he did with the development of the railroads, both north, south, and east, west. And he had such an important role in that, which led to the growth in the state.
Yep, exactly. So during his visit, Flagler was struck by the state's potential for growth, but noted its lack of hotel facilities and transport infrastructure. And that is true. South of Jacksonville,
right,
wasn't really a lot of rail. Most people were using either the St. Johns River for transporting goods inland, but rail wasn't really going anywhere.
And you didn't have populated areas. You really had Jacksonville, you had Key West, you maybe had Pensacola. All of them were coastal cities where there was development. The internal parts of Florida really had not been developed. You might run railroads or have roads going through them, but there were you didn't have like an Orlando or Lake City.
I forgot what New Smyrna Beach was called. It was something else too. It was another name for it.
Yeah.
And that was it was another town over there. It was right on there. They did a lot of trading. It's not. It's by I can't remember the name of the damn town. You know what I'm talking about? They have a house there. They call it the FLAGLER house, and the other place in
Mhm.
it's in New Smyrna Beach.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was
and that's one thing to this day. You can see Flagler's name all throughout the state, not just in Jacksonville. Flagler College in St. Augustine. You mentioned Flagler
Mhm.
House south of there. It just his impact throughout the state was just immeasurable.
It really was, because he actually helped to make Florida a tourist destination, not just, hey, we got agriculture down here and orange cottons, all of that, and just shipping it up north. It's like, no, to come down here and actually stay. Because you had some, I call it colonization, but that's exactly what it was. Look up the New England Immigrant Company. What they did after the Civil War was they wanted to colonize Florida the same way that the Pilgrims basically colonized Plymouth.
Mhm.
So that's what they did. They put ads in newspapers in New England. They're like, we have this excellent plot of land, aka Gainesville. They didn't call it Gainesville at the time, but they're just like, the land is perfect. Most of it's cleared. You can come down here, get your own land, work your own land, all of that. They wanted families to move down here. So that was one of the spots where they were getting people to come, but not everybody wanted to come down here. So Henry Flagler basically made it in vogue for people to do that with his forethought. It's just like, you don't have hotel facilities. I mean, if
Mhm.
you look at some of the pictures of like Waldo,
Right.
Florida,
Oh, gosh,
there's no hotel. There's like a flop house.
there is actually a sleep-in in Waldo. There is a legitimate sleep-in hotel in Waldo. Finally, after eons, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't very built up. As a matter of fact, one of the major complaints that my great grandmother made in newspapers, and kind of like what the mass holes talked about, where
Mhm.
they moved to nowhere in Florida, talked about just how backwards it was and just how good for nothing. It just, it's just like the backwater. Nobody wants to go there. There's hardly anything, no facilities there. It's just, so backward. Why the heck would you want to, move there? But the transport infrastructure, the main transport was either you use the waterways, you use the
Mhm.
St. John River, or you were moving stuff, overland. So it wasn't exactly easy to get there. But since my third great grandfather had his own darn ships, he just basically brought his stuff in, himself. But it was not easy to get there at all. So, with the founding of Standard Oil Trust in 1882, the 52-year-old Flagler was able to depend on an annual income of several million from dividends. Go look up the history of Standard Oil. Standard Oil, Microsoft is, no, not Microsoft. I'll say Google is now what Standard Oil was back then. If you look up the whole thing of trust busting,
Mhm.
yeah, go and look that up. That's what it is. So let's see.
Well, that's why we have all these different oil companies. With the way what happened with Standard Oil got broken up and busted up
Mm-hmm.
after the antitrust ruling. So,
Yep, exactly.
you and he traveled to St. Augustine. He liked it, but they said he found it lacking. So
Yeah, it was,
he's,
you imagine you go to St. Augustine, there are no restaurants, no Columbia restaurant,
mhm,
no hotels,
mhm.
um, no
Kind of
real
like Jacksonville
infrastructure.
hosting a Super Bowl. Sorry.
Yes. No running water.
Yep. Hey, we brought cruise ships in for that, but anyway, sorry.
Mhm. It's like they don't, it's like they don't have any,
Yeah.
any of those things. So
Yeah.
after, he didn't have to depend on running day-to-day operations of Standard Oil, he set his sights on Florida and his new role of resort and railroad developer.
Mhm.
So in 83, Flagler honeymooned in St. Augustine with his second wife,
who was
And
also
sure-
who was also the caregiver to his first wife.
What?
That's one thing that I read about.
I mean,
that.
I'm not surprised, but
No, but hey, yeah.
stuff happens. Tell ya. So yeah, he purchased his first parcel of land in the city, setting in motion a plan to remake St. Augustine as a luxury winter resort. And yes, if you go to St. Augustine today, all those old hotels that are around, restaurants that are around, it is insane what it looks like. Let's see, it's got Hotel Ponce de Leon. That's one of them. Gorgeous.
Mhm.
I mean, gorgeous hotel.
Which is actually part of FLAGLER College to this
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see the construction of the Alcazar. That's another one. That's just absolutely beautiful. Flagler turns the Trenton south as the Florida East Coast Railroad opened the region to new development and tourism. Flagler established a magnificent chain of grand hotels to accommodate wealthy travels. These included the Breakers and the Royal Ponciana Hotels in Palm Beach, the Royal Palm Hotel in Miami, and the Casa Marina in Key West. Everybody knows what Breakers, Palm Beach. Oh my God. Yeah, that all that happens. And Flagler's visionary development of Florida's hotel and transportation facilities would occupy the Gilded Age entrepreneur until his death in 1911. I know when my grandfather, he was like a porter with the railroads. And like around the turn of the century, it was a big deal to board a train in New York or Philadelphia, and the next day you're in Florida, whether it's Jacksonville, whether it's St. Augustine, whether it's Palm Beach, whether it's Miami, and then of course the bridge that all construction to Key West from Miami. All of that was just basically, Henry Flagler getting northern money to come down south. Let's see. Nita says, my great-grandfather started luncheon and bakery for the railroad, one diner passengers on for railroad workers from Jacksonville to Miami, and then to the Keys, and then Tampa. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a luxury, dining in a railroad car, especially if you had your own, like your own room, like what do they call it?
Sleeping cars.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I once was in a sleeping car when my grandfather, when I went to visit my grandparents in Jacksonville. My sister and I got to ride on the train from like Philadelphia to Jacksonville in a sleeper car. I just thought that was so darn cool.
I was in a sleeping car. It was called a back of a station wagon as my dad drove us from New Jersey to Florida.
I've done that too. Were you sitting all the way in the back where you had this really
no seatbelts in the little back area?
No seatbelt. We went to this campground, and I was the idiot who pulled the lever because I was there too, and I fell out of the back of it. Never mind.
I liked being back there because it was freaking peaceful, and I could be away from my sister.
I'm probably the reason for seatbelts. Whoops.
Hey, Buster.
Hey, she remembers that also.
I turned 16 and I had to help drive. Yeah, you really, it's just something to it when you're in the family truckster and you got to sit in the back of the station all the way down with the luggage. It was just something else, but just to kind of show you, and these are some really cool pictures. Like this is Palm Beach, turn of the century Palm Beach. Yeah, you gotta have money for this. And here it says, as much as it was in yesterday, Palm Beach is incomparable offshore social conglomerate where blue bloods, barons, and tycoons alike take refuge from the mainland's more accountable and less luxurious ambiance.
I don't want to hear nothing from Linda no more. That I wear just like long stuff because that dude's in a freaking 3-piece.
Look at this, yeah, 3-piece bowler hat, umbrella. Look at these dresses.
Imagine going off dressed like that all the time in the theme parks and stuff.
Not even on Dapper Day, my ass doing that.
Look, I watched the football videos from the 60s, and men are out there in shirts and ties and suits. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All dressed up. Yep.
You know, it's interesting how certain famous personalities are associated with parts of the state, like Edison in Southwest Florida, like down in Fort Myers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's like in there, but like the amazing one, like with Flagler, though, it's all the way from North Florida down to South Florida, and he's considered to have founded Miami and Palm Beach also because of his massive investments in there in time and with the railroads.
Yeah. The railroad was the big thing. The railroad, I would say the railroad is to Florida opening up as a tourist destination for, we will say, for those who were of a good amount of means. Contrast that with the development of I-95, which you kind of have to thank Walt Disney for push that, because if it was not for I-95, people from the Northeast would not be visiting. Well, let's put it this way. People from the Northeast who were not rich. I-95.
Do we really want to thank him? Do we really want to thank him?
I say that tongue in cheek, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's why I say that. Because there's two ways. There's two ways thinking about it. As a kid, it was like, I just want to go to Disney World. This is really cool, even though I have to sit in a car on I-95. But that was like a rite of passage. The family trip to Disney World in the family truckster, and you're stuck on I-95, pretty much. Like literally, I know pretty much every exit on I-95, including the ones you don't want to get off on.
Did you have to stop at south of the border? It was like mandatory for my dad.
We stopped there 1 year, and that was the one and only year. And I begged for years to stop there, and then we did, and it was one of the worst decisions.
It was like, oh, you gotta have this, and I remember it. I'm like, what?
Wasn't it Pedro? Like Pedro says, or the big thing was
those signs used to start in like
Virginia. They're still out there.
It's almost like the Buc-ee's before Buc-ee's came around. It was like
Buc-ee's is bringing them heat. That's the thing.
Yeah, before Buc-ee's, and now the Buc-ee's is taking it over, and Buc-ee's is way cleaner. Okay, that's
no, I got another place for y'all. I'll have to tell y'all later. So
yeah, this is so this was the social life, people who had the money. It was like the playground of the rich and famous. Palm Beach, where's Mar-a-Lago?
I thought
Isn't that in Palm Beach County?
I thought so.
Yeah. So for folks who don't know, I forget which river it is that you have to cross over the causeway to get to Palm Beach, because this is how they isolate things. All right. It's like, the Great Unwashed that's on one side, and then there's the causeway over to Palm Beach so you can get there. So that's how they can kind of like isolate it out that way. Pedro was a warlock enticing people to the death of Rose. James Knickknacks.
Yep.
Man, the only thing that south of the border is good for these days is reminding you where the South Carolina state line starts. No one would know where Dillon, South Carolina was if it wasn't for south of the border. That's like literally. Yeah. where it is. So one more thing I kind of like want to show you guys. This is the Flagler Museum in Palm Beach.
Wow.
This is the epitome of Florida wealth. You'll see buildings that are built like this all through Palm Beach, Miami, a couple of them in Orlando. They're more modern, but still, you got the Greek columns. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful architecture. That's just gorgeous. This is a Flagler Museum, which you can go and visit. Kids summer program, all of that. You can go there. That's a Flagler Museum. And of course, let's see. This one. Oh, here's another picture. Of course, it's from back in the day. And I think this one's the Ponce de Leon Hotel. I believe. Yeah. All the way up there. Looks gorgeous during the have either of you been to St. Augustine at Christmas to see the Night of Lights?
Yes.
A lot of times.
Yep.
The whole hotel is like lit up. It is gorgeous.
Have you taken the tram ride and wore the funky glasses that you get to see all the
Yes.
lights and different things?
Yes.
It's a trip when they're candy canes. I'm just saying, and you have a few good drinks.
Yeah.
It is wild. Dude, I did that. It was fun. It drives you all around, St. Augustine and people who have houses. So I'll like wait for you while you're out there. Yep. It's really awesome. So yeah, here's another picture of Flagler. I'm assuming this was colorized, but still. He's in a huge suit. Hot as I don't know what. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's the rotunda in the Ponce de Leon Hotel.
Hey, Dad, man. We need to hit Epic and dress up in those old suits and see how we do. I give us 30 minutes max.
No, if I'm going to do it, I'm going all out. I'm going to go at least 6 hours. I'll deny that I'm not. I'll say I'm comfortable even if I'm not.
Lorena will friggin' live stream us dying.
Sure, why not? Hey,
do it for the content.
Yes, it's for content.
Sam Wolf says Mar-a-Lago was built by an incredibly wealthy woman, and when she died, she wanted it given to the federal government for the use of the president. The government leader sold to Trump. Okay. Mar-a-Lago, that's what I thought. It was in Palm Beach. Yeah. Palm Beach, let's just say you go to Palm Beach, roll down the window and smell the money. Okay. That's Palm Beach. Different from West Palm Beach. Which is a whole other story.
Yep.
Let's see. You can see all those Christmas lights in St. Augustine from space, they say. I believe it. There's so many lights. But again, you got to hand it to Henry Flagler. I mean, literally, he's one of the tourism hotels are one of the biggest tax revenue generators in the state. Okay. That's why you always get hosed on the tax rate anytime you stay at a hotel in Florida. I'm like, what do you need a county tax and a hotel tax? There's like 3 different taxes whenever you stay in a hotel in Florida. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I get it.
It's user fees. We'll invent it. At least we don't have a toilet paper tax yet. But what's
give them
really
no damn ideas.
Well, that's what I'm here for. But what was really interesting? So many people think of flag. There you go. everybody thinks of Flagler as the train guy, you know, but really, honestly, what's really, I think, is not well known is the fact the tourism side, the hotels, the restaurants, and the stuff that he did, and not just because he was not satisfied with what he did in St. Augustine, so he came back to improve it. And then, as you see, eventually it moves down to South Florida, and just it's really interesting learning about these figures, that there's more to them than just one or two things you may think about. There's a lot that's unknown, and if you've, like you said, if you've been to St. Augustine, you can see the difference he's made, how that town grew, but use the parking garage if you ever do a walk, because that is one congested city for sure.
Parking
If you do go
garage,
there,
and if you have they give you a perk if you have a disabled tag, you can park for free.
yeah. But my kid had to go do some research at the archives down there in the small area, and so I'm like, you ain't driving. I'm like, you ain't driving. I'll drive you and drop you off. It'd be a lot better. And oh my gosh, yes, traffic. But yeah, you see like we see it with the college and everything else. The results of his handiwork and the investment, you know, all through Florida.
I like hanging out in St. Aug. I like it up there.
Okay. Well, y'all come back up and let me know when you're up there.
Okay.
Well, there's a store I like to go to. I'll tell you later, Dad.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, I have to go back to St. Augustine pretty soon because I more family research that I got to do.
Road trip, Lorena?
Yeah, definitely road trip.
I wonder if you're hitting that archive again.
Or you could ride up with us. It'd be cheaper.
That'd be cool. I could do that. Yeah, definitely the archives. They were closed. Well, the St. Augustine Historical Society.
Yes.
They were closed during COVID, so I didn't have a chance to go back. But I know I did get a crap ton of information while I was there. Besides stunning some of the people there when they're just like, wait a minute, which Sanchez? I'm like, yeah. The one who sold all his property in St. Augustine and moved to Alachua County. That one. That one. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they were shocked. I said, yeah, it's sent from one of them. So whole lot of information to go there and check out. The Historical Society is amazing.
Because Flagler's buried in St. Augustine, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like what I'm seeing is Memorial Presbyterian Church in St. Augustine. So,
yeah, St. Augustine Society that's super helpful. Yeah, they've been very helpful. Last time I went, of course, doing stuff like uncovering that one of your free relatives owned about 50 slaves of her own.
They do have something they lie about.
What?
The Fountain of Youth, because it doesn't do shit.
Oh gosh, that's a
I was like,
trap.
where the heck was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
can see it. Like, what Fountain of Youth? I don't see anything.
Yes,
I don't want to drink it. I want to swim in it. Come on.
And Nita's right. Yeah, my kid loved that St. Augustine Historical Society. It's a great place. It's a little hard to get to, though. You have to know where you're going. And parking, but it's a great place.
It's a great place to, find the different records and stuff that they have. Although there's some records that they have to either go and get for you because they're so old,
right?
That they're about to deteriorate and stuff like that. But yeah, it's real interesting. Hey, John the Beagle Dad. Hey, says what up, guys? Well, in the next show, we are going to talk about Julia Tuttle. I don't know if you guys know who Julia Tuttle is, but were it not for Julia Tuttle's very persistent communication with Henry Flagler about extending his railroad to Miami, Miami would not have become the city that it is today. So we're going to talk about Julia Tuttle next week. So you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Dad Man, where can people find you and what do you have going on?
Well, Dadman Walking 55, I'm a one-stop shop on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, so I make it easy to find me. Tomorrow night at 6, roughly, I'll be Fortnite with my friend Jess, which is a standard Monday. I'm doing streams consistently Monday through Thursday now, and occasionally I'll drag Tom or Erica out of the woods sometimes when I go random. But Monday nights, I've got about 6 with Fortnite with Jess. Then on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, we're getting back into the world of sports. And leading up to college football, and this year with college football, we're going to be focusing on the Big Ten and the SEC and a little more national perspective of that. Even if you don't like sports, come watch, because I aim to make sports fun to everybody, even if you don't know about it, and teach us some of the stuff if you're ever interested in. And also, sports goes more than just the numbers and the scores. It realms into real life, either between the NIL paying college players now or taxpayer-funded stadiums. A lot of life ties into sports these days. There are bigger issues than just the games themselves. Wednesday night is kind of a mess around stream with my friend Wes Cagle, go Wes Dadman. And then on Thursday night, I am going to have my friend Daisy Blossom with me, and we're back for the first time in almost a year to look at our movies on the last Thursday. We're going to look at the movies, more of a survey from 1985. Just talk about the movies from 40 years ago that year on Thursday night. We look forward to that. And like I said, occasionally I'll go live randomly with Fortnite or other panels and stuff like that. So subscribe. I'm at 729. I got to get one more for 730, and Tom will have to have a party when I get to 750. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All
As long as you don't go commando at that party, I'm fine with it.
No, I'll go commando through Magic Kingdom. Okay. I'll do that instead.
I would pay to see you get arrested to do that.
I might do that. You never know.
Tom, what you got going on, my dear?
I'm swinging this wrench here, there, everywhere, invading your streams as long as you'll have me, and trying to work on something. I do have that gimbal. I almost threw it the other day, but I'll figure it out.
Oh my. Yep, that's where you can find Tom F and his dogs and watching rocket launches. So that's his channel. So please do
and
go
car
over there.
shows. I'm going to start filming car shows.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I have one up. Somebody go watch it.
Cool.
Nobody's watched it.
Go there and check it out for sure. Let's see. As for you, girl, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, of course, over on my gaming channel is the weekly reset for me playing Love in Deep Space. Come watch me do lots of combat, especially the Unicorns mission, which I got to go through and do that to harvest more diamonds. You know me, I like to go on that hustle. So we're going to be doing that. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern-ish, I will be live over at the Magic Kingdom. So we're going to be hanging out over there. We're going to be seeing just how well this nighttime Starlight Parade is going over after it's been out for about a week. I think like last time, there's going to be people there to watch the parade. There may not be as many folks around to watch the parade. Meanwhile, all the other attractions are basically a walk-on. So we're going to go check that out as well. And then, of course, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., the Spice Lounge. I will be reviewing, fresh out of the theater, the new Fantastic Four movie. So we are going to be talking about that along with other pop culture topics.
Oh, I gotta go watch it.
You don't have to. I'll watch it.
I might have to bite the bullet and watch it just so I don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone in your misery.
It's okay.
I tell you, unlike Superman, this one I like to go watch them just to watch them, but this one I just have not. I don't know if it's Pedro.
That's the main reason I don't want to watch it.
I just have no desire. I did want to see Superman, but this one, anyway. And you know me, I'm all for going to get popcorn, but
I had to drag myself to actually buy a ticket. I was more excited about seeing Superman. I mean, I was looking forward to that one anyway.
Mm-hmm, right.
This one, since I'm a Marvel person, I'm just like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Sean, thank you. Said Comics Dad sent me. Well, tell him I said thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, we're going to be talking Fantastic Four, Pedro's weird ass, and among other things to talk about. So make sure you are subscribed, and you guys can see what's going on. Subscribe to this
Hit the
channel.
likes on the way out.
Yes.
Yep.
Please definitely do. We have had like over 183 people watching over on X. So you guys are absolutely awesome. Please do consider coming over to YouTube and to subscribe to me. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us and finding that crazy, crazy cartoon. I guess Florida is a cartoon. All that news, and make sure if you're working at Chuck E. Cheese, don't commit credit card fraud.
Nope.
Get a better skimmer.
Do it for the children.
Everyone.